welcome to another episode of Hotel Room Yap with Michaela. I don't know why we're giving like 70s dance move jazz music video, but we are. Hello, Zuko here. Just kidding. Every time I say hello like that, I freaking have Dante's voice in my head. That man is so influential. I should take my shoes off. That would probably be nice of me. What am I? A heathen? Come on now. Toph can't be wearing shoes. Hey, so this episode is gonna get a little real. I've talked a lot about the world and other people and all sorts of things over the past, few months and many episodes with you guys. And, I don't know, today I wanted to talk about taking accountability for your own weaknesses. So we're gonna take a second today to talk about mine. Yeah, I don't know. It sucks learning and growing up and recognizing the crappy parts you have contributed to in your lifetime. And I'm grateful because I think, there have been a couple of unsavory moments in life that I'm not proud of. Like 2 or 3 that are really ugh, not great. Not atrocious, but ugh, not great. And then there's a couple of medium and then lots and lots of ooh, maybe be better next time, I feel like there's 3 levels of just ooh, maybe be better, and then and then ooh. And then the top level is oh my gosh, no. So thankfully I don't think we have any up there, So yeah, I don't know. And it's tough. And I think so many people, what's tricky too, is so many people have a version of you in their mind from when they knew you in that era of life. And you can't correct that vision and that reality of you that they have. And that I think that's what's most frustrating, because I'm wait, no, part of me is still the same, but a lot of me is different. I think you'd like me better now. I promise. But also that's very people-pleasing, and maybe they wouldn't. We are at a lovely Marriott. I'm in Kingsport, Tennessee, at a Marriott. And this is a very cool couch. I need to read on the couches in here more and just enjoy the space. Enjoy being by myself. Also, there's this nice little rug. Hold on. Nice. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a little rug. Cute. Yeah, it's a bummer because I know that there's definitely there's little flashes of moments in time where, I was crappy in passing, and I'm those people definitely, that's the memory of me that they have. But then I also think of the people that I think of, and I'm oh, well, that's the memory of them that I have. Perhaps they have changed, Maybe I should consider that. Maybe they have also grown and improved, but I don't know. Is it weird that I just think that other people don't grow? I bet that they think that I haven't grown. Maybe I should have a little more grace for them. I definitely self-sabotage. For sure. I get super, super nervous and anxious about the result of something not going well, or leading up to a test or an exam or a due date or an interview, an audition, a callback, a finale, a show, and I will, set up these little obstacles of not quite studying enough or not fully resting as much as I should, or going out too hard, or not taking the steps to be adequately prepared so that then when I fail, I can be well, of course I did. I didn't adequately prepare. Because I think my ego has a really hard time dealing with something not working out if I've tried my absolute best. And I don't know how to get better at that because it holds me back from basically everything that I want to do. It's held me back from everything that I have wanted to do that I haven't done yet. But then the weird thing is, when I look at what I've been able to do so far, it's been great. Yeah, there have been some setbacks, there have been some trials and tribulations, but like for the most part, like I've done a lot and it's gone well. So what on earth is causing this anxiety and this fear and this self-sabotage? And also, if you fail, who cares? Also, what is failure? That's objective anyway. It's not even failure is a fake concept because failure is based in somebody else's perception of you, somebody else's judgment system, somebody else's like checklist. Failure isn't even a thing. It's not a thing. It's redirection. But why is that so freaking hard? Maybe other people's comments, maybe other people's perceptions, maybe I'm just so sensitive to that, I don't know. But why is that so hard to get into my head? Why? I mean, talking about it out loud right now is actually helping, so hopefully it's helpful for you guys too. But man, I have messed up some things because I did not take care of myself or I didn't prepare. And why did I do that? It's just such a bummer. And relationships too. Like maybe when I don't know if something's gonna work or if I don't think, it could be real, I will pour too much emotion in or rush it through just to get something out of it quickly sometimes. And not even like physically, it's not like that. I don't like that, but like I'll be like, oh, like this probably isn't gonna last. Like I might as well, I don't know, forego certain steps or boundaries that maybe I personally would want to happen in a real relationship or a real dynamic because I know that that's not going to happen here. Like, no, like this would never work. Instead of maybe just trusting and believing that it could work. Yeah, I mean, how a person treats you or the silence that they give you, despite all the interesting steps and craziness that you might throw at them, is pretty telling. So I don't try to take that too personally. It's like, okay, well, if somebody likes you, they'll like you. If they don't like you, it's not going to take much to make them disinterested anymore. But disinterested after being interested, I guess. But yeah, that's definitely an issue of mine. What are the weaknesses? I'm hypercritical. Oh my gosh, I'm so hypercritical, guys. Everyone is like, oh my gosh, like you're so nice. And like, yes, I am. Like, I'm very kind. But oh my gosh, I'm judging. I'm absolutely taking notes and I am judging. But that is because I also am taking notes and judging myself on every single freaking thing that I do. Every little decision I make, every little thing that could be better, could be cleaner, could be nicer, could be well improved, could just every little freaking microscopic thing. If you think it's annoying being my friend or me or talking to me about you or receiving my judgments and my criticisms as a friend or as a partner, wow, you better hear the inside of my brain to myself, because I wake up every freaking day thinking, I could be doing better. I could be doing better. I could have done better. I could be better. Tomorrow could be better. Today could be better. I could be better. Constantly. So I also, laced in there are pieces of gratitude and pieces of like, I have also done great things and am proud of myself for these things. And it could also be better. I don't know where that comes from. I don't know if, that's just a need to perform well, a need to, receive praise from family members, or just a structure of living where awards and grades and gold stars were awarded with smiles and, bigger allowances and freedoms, and anything less than that was awarded with nothing. But man, it's tough. That goes hand in hand with the self-sabotage too, because it's like, I'm not allowed to not win, but then I'll set pieces in place to make sure I don't win, so that then there's an excuse for the not winning. Make it make sense. So, that is in there for sure. Super, super hypercritical, judgmental. And I never hold it against somebody, and no human being is ever unworthy of attention and care and love. No, it's just like notes that I'm taking. of things that like they're good at or not good at, or oh, they'd be great at this or they wouldn't be good at that. Like, I don't know. It's just like random information. I'm really critical of those who are close to me too, and those who date me, because I immediately hold them to the same standards that I hold myself to, which are insane. And I don't know how to not do that. Friendships have been really tricky too, because I'll be friends with, you know, really high achieving, freaking brilliant people. And they move, oh my gosh, they move faster than I do. They're constantly, you know, traveling around talking business deals and creating new companies and creating new podcasts and learning new skills. And they're so talented. And I don't feel like I can keep up. And I'm like, oh, I could be better like that. And then when I meet people who don't necessarily function at that level, I'm like, I don't know if you're moving at my pace. Like, I need you to move a little faster. You know, it's like, it's weird. I don't know. Yeah. And then, you know, there's constantly the thoughts in my head of like, okay, there's like these quotes that are like, you know, you never want to be the smartest person in the room, right? Because you want to constantly be inspired by people around you and learning from people, etc. And so I'm always just like, who am I inspired by in this room? Who could I learn something from in this room? Who, you know, like, but for like panicky, like why? That's not necessary. Like, we need to calm down. But also, we don't need to calm down. I'm only doing this lifetime, this version of life once. So why the heck do we need to calm down? Everyone's like, oh, just calm down. Why? Literally, why? Why do we need to chill? What is the perk of chilling? You let me know. I have yet to figure it out. I've had no chill for 31 years. So there might have been a little bit of chill when I was like, yeah, no. I tried searching for it. I don't think it was ever there. No. I came out of the womb swinging, literally. My mother will tell you. My arm was like stuck by my head, and as soon as it was like out enough, I just went, I was like, get me out. I'm ready to live in this world. Anyway. So yeah, so that's super fun. Isn't that so fun talking about our weaknesses right now? You guys are getting like a very intense look at who I am as a human being. It's so annoying that like the mystique of the celebrity is like alluring. I feel like a lot of people like celebrities or think they like celebrities because they don't actually know them. And that frustrates me. And that's why I've never had a celebrity crush. I don't particularly ogle over celebrities because I don't know them. They aren't cool to me. Like, okay, I can respect like your acting work or your writing or whatever, and your singing, but I don't know you. I'm not gonna fawn over you if you're a crappy person. Like, I don't know you, you know? But, oh my gosh, I love this person. Do you? Do you really? Have you seen how they talk to their friends? Have you seen how they care for their parents? Have you seen how they take care of their dog? Maybe they're not that great of a person, you know? I don't know. And so we're having a little heart to heart here. But I also hate that because of that mystique, it then makes them seem like that's like more desirable. Ooh la la, they're out of reach. It's so mysterious. Oh my gosh. Well, guess what? In healthy relationships, mystery to a certain degree, yes, is alluring. I mean, I'm not spilling every single detail here, right? We're keeping this conversational. But in a healthy relationship, you also like know something about the other person. We don't know anything. Anyway, I mean, technically, I guess you guys don't know anything. I could just be lying. I could just be making all this up. Lies. Maybe, but probably not. That would seem pointless and strange. Anyway, we're getting off track. It's 1:30 in the morning. Because I have bad sleep habits when I travel. Are you enjoying my crash out? Guys, I think I'm losing my mind a little bit. I wonder when this is gonna come out in the timeline. I hope it's on like a normal week. But maybe not. We'll see. Okay, so we have self-sabotage and super anxious, judgment, hypercritical, whatever. What did I say at the beginning? I don't even remember. That's how well we're doing right now. Okay, so what else? Let's see. Ugh. So we have a little bit of self-sabotage for myself. We've got like the super judgment and hypercritical nature of myself and of others, and the self-sabotage of like relationships. Yeah, the relationship things is really getting to me because I've just been like mulling over in my head, like if I'm also like contributing to, okay. It's felt like to me that maybe most of the people that I've been in relationships with, or dated, just liked how it felt liking me, or liked how it felt that I liked them. Like they liked that feeling, but didn't actually like me. Yeah? Following? Like if I have a crush on you, for the guy, that probably feels nice, especially if he thinks that I'm like pretty, or if he thinks I'm successful, or if he thinks like, oh, she's cool, and it's like, oh, she thinks I'm cool. Like that feels nice. That is different than like liking a person. Knowing and liking a person takes time. And so in like fast and furious moments of, flings or being love bombed, which I experienced recently, and we've talked about a little bit on here, or relationships where like I knew something was off, but I was like hoping it would shift. I'm like, I think that maybe I also just liked being liked. Like I liked the fact that somebody liked being liked by me. If that makes sense. Like I liked the fact someone was like, oh, cool, she likes me. I liked that. So ego, I guess. I mean, we all have to go through our own forms of ego death, But I guess ego is another topic of weakness for me, because also with like love bombing, I'm like, well, of course someone should be madly into me after only a week of talking to me. It's me. Oh, anyway, so yeah, I think that is definitely a difficult thing for me to grapple with, because then I'm attracted to potentially an unhealthy style of attachment. But then I also just, I think, I don't know, there's been all the attachment styles, and it's kind of stressful, because I think I'm a mix between, I'm currently a mirror, okay? So if I'm with somebody who's secure, I think I usually mirror secure, Jesus, mother. I usually mirror secure. I don't know what the heck just happened to my English, but because I've gone on a couple dates, yeah, with some people that were like very secure, and the communication was easy. There was like some flirting, blah blah, but like when it wasn't working, it was just like we communicated. It's very open, and like we're still friendly. Great, secure. Anxious has come, in and out of play whenever I'm just kind of like nervous and I don't know and trying to figure it out. And then like this disorganized attachment thing, whoa, crazy. Like when I was dealing with the love bombing thing, I was mirroring the hot and cold internally. It felt like something was just like coursing. It felt like I was on drugs or something. And I was like, oh my gosh, I really, really like this person, and I really, really like them. And I was just like, no, this can't be real. This is too much. No, I'm gonna take it day by day. There's no way. This is way too chaotic. I can't. While also being like obsessed. It was weird. But I also feel like that's how the other person was acting as well. So I think I'm a mirror. I think all women are mirrors, to be honest. Who you meet at the beginning is, I think, who we are. And then what we become is how you treat us. I think we're mirrors. Because in every single dynamic from people that I've dated, I've been like a different person. I've acted differently. I've been different levels of crazy. And I think that is because we're mirrors. But that being said, in recent examples, I think there was a bit of ego involved in me maybe feeling like I could be enough for the other person to like change, or like I would be interesting enough and amazing enough for them to like want to make that extra step, and to want to be a better person, and to want to show up, and to actually, instead of just like waiting for somebody who wants to show up at the beginning, like for real, like why am I trying to date somebody that needs convincing to fully show up? Why? And part of me in my head is like, oh, because I like them, and like I like this person. And then I'm like, do I? Am I gaslighting myself? What about them do I like? What about them do I actually like? And there are some things that I can list, like, just general, like funny, or like organized, and like integrates, I don't know, financial planning in with like fun, or is like classical film and like poetry and whatever. Like there are all these things, but like, what about them? Like, do I like how they love themselves? Do I like how they speak about other people? Do I like how they speak to me? Do I like the idea of them raising my children? Do I like how they take care of themselves, like cleanliness wise. Oh, for one of them, absolutely. Oh my goodness. Very clean. So attractive. But there's also like insecurity that I notice. And I mean, we're all insecure, of course. But like, it's very interesting watching guys be insecure about something in real time. Like they constantly fidget with something, or they're constantly like fixing a piece of their hair, or they're constantly fixing like these little things. And I'm like, I don't even know if I do that. Do I do that? Maybe I do. I've been like playing with my hair during this, but like, it's just funny to watch. I don't know. And maybe that's enough. And so then I'm like, am I just too in my head? So maybe that's just my next week. So it's like ego and just being too in my head. Just letting the present time happen. I guess not my last thing, but the next thing, we'll just keep going. Abandonment issues. Abso-freaking-lutely. We've made some progress. But oh man, especially if I'm dating somebody that I have a mad crush on and I'm kind of in that frantic, kind of disorganized attachment. I don't really know exactly what's happening. Ooh, boy. Does that deep freaking wound, I guess, childhood wound, core wound, is that what they call it? I grew up with a single mother as an only child. And like, ooh, I didn't even like realize how, I don't know, I just like want somebody to stay. And unfortunately, for many years, I was like, even if it's not the right fit, just stay. Like, I want you to stay. I mean, I want you to want to stay more than you want to leave. And I want to be enough for you to want to make that choice. And then they don't. And I feel like it's my fault and that I am not enough. When that is really not... I mean, I wasn't enough, but like, that's not the reason. Like, they weren't happy. Like, somebody else leaving is not because like I'm not enough. It's just because it wasn't the right fit. Like, that's the logical, secure, like I am enough. It just wasn't the right fit. The end. Move on and you find another person who can be a better fit. But oh boy, whenever little Michaela is freaking out, oh gosh, and I can feel it. I don't know about you guys, but I can like feel it happening. And I'm like, Michaela, come on. I'm like talking to myself. Like, can we hold on, take a step back. Let's like work through this. And then the other part of me is just freaking out. And that I feel really insecure about. Yeah. I feel really, really insecure about that part. And I don't know how to fix it because I'm alone right now. So yeah, I'm trying. It comes and goes in waves, and most times I'm fine. And this is like the frustrating thing. I mean, it's funny. I'm about to bring up Toph right now, but when people are like, like, what do you find you're similar to Toph or relate to Toph? And I'm like, yeah. I'm so accustomed and used to doing things on my own because I've grown so comfortable doing it, and I trust myself more than I trust other people. And it's easier and just more convenient to just do it on my own. But if you do that, that means you also end up alone, and you end up going to the swamps alone. And maybe you prefer it that way, and maybe I prefer it that way. I don't know anymore, but it's just, I don't know. I've seen these deep, cultivated family relationships and friendships and romantic relationships, and I'm like, how did they get there? And why don't I have it? And if the only shared factor between all of my trials and errors and experiences is me, and none of them have worked out, what's the common denominator? Me. So yeah, I do think that being an incredibly ambitious and, I don't know, relatively bright, observant, critical woman makes it difficult, because you find females who will feel like you're competing or judging them very quickly, which is not true, even if it feels like it. the judgment comment aside from earlier, like I'm not sitting being like, wow, look at her outfit. No, not at all. Usually I'm just like, damn, I like her hair. I'm like, ooh, those boots are cool. I wonder if she could dance in them. She'd probably be a pop star if she could dance in those boots. Like, that's the kind of judgment that goes through my mind. Not like, why is she wearing that skirt? That's not what we're doing. Not what we're doing. Yeah, but I just think it's been tricky for me to find friendships because I'm also moving and like shifting vibes and moods all the time. I feel like there's like 10 versions of myself, and they all come out in different environments. Maybe that means I'm an actor. Maybe that means I'm a psychopath. I don't really know, but I don't think I am. But it's interesting because I love being in like curiosity, education, academia mode. I love talking about business plans. I love talking about business models. I love talking about how to change the world for real. Being in DC, talking to policy changers, like enactors, policy writers, and being like, how can we literally change the world? How can we enact a movement to make this part of life better in this country, in the world, in this city? And then the other part of me loves just going to theater and just going to dance classes every day and like figuring out the choreography that like matches the music to emulate the emotion and purpose of a scene and a character, and like working on a little flick of your wrist at the same time so that everything makes sense to the music, and really just indulging in a language that is not verbal and makes sense. And then there's another part of me that loves going to France and working on French and being like, you know what? I'm just going to go thrifting and do a deep dive into fashion, and going into just a deep dive of all of the beautiful couture, haute couture, and ateliers and fabrics, and the French, artistry and style that goes into embroidery and stitching and fabric creation, and silks versus chiffon versus a chine. Like, just so much detail and beauty there. It's art to me. Fashion is art to me. And then the other part of me wants to, just go plop into film and talk about, I don't know, cinematography and just the depth of frame and the editing speed and the soundtrack that's used and the color grading that, was chosen for this scene shift, and like acting choices and casting choices, and just like the metrics of building a story that can impact an audience. And then the other part of me wants to just do silly TikTok trends and be sassy and do lip sync, videos to Avril Lavigne songs and talk about my middle school stories. And then there's another part of me that is a little bit spicy, that I love lyra and trapeze. It's kind of like my circus pole dancing side. I love pole, I love trapeze, I love lyra, I love silks. And like kind of the nightlife and dancing culture of that. I loved dancing in New York. I loved club culture. It was so much fun to me. I feel like it's changed a lot now, especially because drugs have gotten really dangerous, and it's all complicated. But it was so fun going to a promoter dinner, at like 10, 11 p.m. Yes, that's when we started the evening. Crazy. As I say, as I'm talking at, 1:45 in the morning. But we would go to dinner and have a great time, and then go to a club, and like the dancers and the music there I thought were so fun. I thought it was so fun. And so then I'm in music land, thinking there's like a DJ mixing two songs, and then I'm thinking of another song, and I'm like, man, I want to like make my own set. And then I'm looking at how the girls are dancing, and I love that like outfit. I love like, I don't know, I love pole dancing as well. I've been to a couple strip clubs in my life. Anyway, and part of me is like, this is kind of fun. I kind of want to do this. I don't know. How am I supposed to find somebody who is down to do all of that with me? Maybe I'm not, and I don't know. Like, did I come up with all those different versions of me just to keep myself company? Like, is that what happened? Did I have such a hard time finding a community in any one place that I then just created like multiple realities so that it would feel like I could just shift between worlds and never necessarily feel lonely, because I never spent enough time in either one and any one to let myself feel alone in it? or to build genuine connection so I could just avoid that and just keep hopping between realities. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah. I just want to take a second to think if you would like to join me. I'm just going to ponder for a little second if you just want to reflect maybe on your things. What are some weaknesses of your own that you're not necessarily proud of, that you're working on, or that you would like to improve? And be nice to yourself. Okay, no one's freaking out. I'm not, going crazy over here. But I'm gonna sit and think about everything I just said. And while I'm thinking about what I just said, maybe you guys can think about your own, I don't want to call them weaknesses, your own vices, your own things that get in your own way, or maybe make you a person that isn't fully you or something. I don't know. But I'm just gonna sit and think for a second. Few more seconds of thinking. You're doing great. I had a couple things pop into my mind while I was reflecting. I guess that part of me sometimes views connections as a little transactional, and I think that probably comes from me feeling like my worth improved if I was more successful and my achievements were more impressive, just based off of like society and my family, I guess, reactions. I don't know. Yeah, I definitely was a little performative for a while without even realizing it early on, I'm sure, but like, yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, I definitely have been privy, like, if I found out, I don't know, there was a massive producer or director or actor, I would be like, oh cool, like I would want to go introduce myself to them. But there's a fine line there, because when it comes to like creative work, you do have to network and put yourself out there. You can't take it too personally when somebody does want to get to know you if you're a professional doing something that somebody else is interested in, but there was part of me that was like, oh, okay, if I present myself this way, that is probably the best thing for me to do, and then maybe they will like me more. I was a little too aware of all of that. It only has happened in little pockets, because I used to just function that way for everything. And so I'm sure to some people it came off as me like trying too hard for them specifically. And I was like, oh no, I just used to be tryhard for so many things. And now I'm a tryhard, but I'm a tryhard for myself. Now I have shifted the because for a while I was like confused, because people were like, just relax, don't try so hard. And I was like, okay, but I want to. And so I had to like shift my approach to things. Like now I'm trying shit and doing stuff because I want to. If I'm trying hard, it's because I want to try hard. If other people don't like it, whatever, that's their problem. I enjoy trying hard. I do not mind being a little cringe, and just working like crazy. I also think that like, when you come from not necessarily the most financially secure background, there is definitely a bit of a rat race mentality where you're like, I must be financially secure. I must make as much as possible as soon as possible, because otherwise what can happen later? How am I gonna survive? And I think a lot of us, a lot of this world and society is dealing with that right now, and it's stressful. But I think that contributes to the workaholic nature for sure. This has probably been a bit of a long episode. What time is it? A little long. So yeah, there's lots of things that I still gotta work on. It's weird. I thought I'd like have all these answers to things figured out by the time I was like 28. I thought 28 I was gonna get married. I was gonna like have things figured out. I was gonna like know all these things, know more. I know nothing. That's a lie. I don't know nothing. I know something, but I don't know a lot. And as I look back and look at all the things that I just like ignored, overlooked, just like pretended to be okay with, oh, it's frustrating and it's painful. I wasted so much time. I wasted so much time pretending to just like be okay with this or like fit in with this, and yeah, it's just not it. There's that little ache, that little dull ache in the pit of your stomach and like in your chest. It's just right here, right there. That's where it sits for me anyway, when you just realize, I can't get that time back. It's just gone. And I mean, I'm grateful to be healthy, knocking on all the things, and like alive and still younger, I guess. The world will scream that I'm freaking like over the hill, and I'm like, bitch, hello? And some college kids thought I was in college with them like a few weeks ago. That's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, and that could be just an energy thing too, though. So anyway, point is, you just realize all the time that it's gone. But you know, I guess time is the price of wisdom. Like you can't be wise, and you can be. Like there's some people who are old souls, right, and who kind of carry this more general sense of wisdom. But usually those people have either been through a lot already in their childhood, or they come from a very privileged and emotionally balanced background. I feel like it's one of the two extremes. And so they already have a lot that they have dealt with when they were younger, growing up, or in the industry, or whatever. Yeah, so I think the price of wisdom is just time and experience takes time. But yeah, man, there are a couple things that I'm like, yeah, I'd probably rewrite that. But then I probably wouldn't know the same things that I know now, so maybe I wouldn't rewrite it. Because then I wouldn't be me. And I don't mind being me right now. Me right now is pretty chill. I think I'm doing all right. I should go to bed. It's 2 a.m. Blech. Blech. Okay. Let's read something from our book, shall we? The Creative Act Way of Being. If it's your first time here, this book is by Rick Rubin, and I started reading it at the beginning of Hotel Room Yap and thought I was going to get through a book a month. I've been on the same book this entire year. So, now it's tradition. Tradition. Okay. That was a musical theater reference for all of you nerds who don't watch musical theater. Let's see. You know what? I just opened it to this page, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to read a couple. Carl Rogers said, "The personal is the universal. The person is what makes art matter. Our point of view, not our drawing skills, or musical virtuosity, or ability to tell a story. Consider the difference between art and most other trades. In the arts, our filter is the defining factor of the work. In science or technology, the aims are different. The reason we create art isn't with the intention of making something useful for someone else. Well, aside from artistic inspiration. We create to express who we are, and where we are on our journey. Our point of view doesn't have to be coherent, just like this episode. Our point of view doesn't have to be coherent, and it's rarely simple. We may have different and sometimes contradictory points of view across a variety of topics. Aiming to narrow it all down to one elegant expression is unrealistic and limiting. Yeah. Whatever our perspective, so long as we share it, unaltered and undoctored. Hotel Room Yap. We succeed in art's fundamental purpose. When making art, we create a mirror in which someone may see their own hidden reflection, which is why all of the men shy away from me, because I show them themselves and I see their bullshalarcey and I shove it right back in their face. A point of view is different from having a point. I don't know, I'm in the mood to read. I know this is a long episode, guys. If you guys probably aren't going to last through all this, that's okay. A point is an idea intentionally expressed. A point of view is the perspective, conscious and unconscious, through which the work emerges. What causes us to notice a piece of art is rarely the point being made. We are drawn to the way an artist's filter refracts ideas, not the ideas themselves. It's of no use to know your point of view. Interesting. It's of no use to know your point of view. It's already there, working in the background, ever evolving. Efforts to portray point of view on purpose often lead to a false representation. We hold on to stories about our perspective that are inaccurate and limiting. Wayne Dyer said that when you squeeze an orange, what comes out is orange juice. When you get squeezed, whatever comes out is what's inside you. And part of that extract is the point of view you don't even know you have. It's baked into the art you make and the opinions you share. Long after a work is completed, we may look back and understand our true point of view in it. We don't need to make a point of making a point. We don't need to make a point of making a point. I need to learn that. It will appear when it appears. The true point is already made in the innocent act of perception and creation. Knowing this is liberating. It lifts some of the pressure. We can worry less about understanding why it works, or if others will understand where we are coming from. We are free to be present and allow the material to come through us, and free to stay out of its way when it does come through. The next page I just flipped really quickly and it just said, most human beings like to fit in. This is true. Anyway, that was a little bit longer, but I don't know, man. I feel in a really, really weird transition period. Like I feel like I'm so done with who I've been, but also so incredibly at peace with a lot of versions of who I was when I was younger that I would like to just keep being. And so tired of pieces of myself that I've just been sick of for years, decades, and also terrified and so ready just to be the next version. But I think the trickiest part is that the next version of you, in order for it to exist, that means the previous version has to die. And how terrifying to not know if you're going to grieve that version and if you're making the right choice in becoming the next version. I mean, your gut feeling usually knows. I think I will like the next version. The next version is going to be more, I guess, disciplined with herself, but in a way that is truly based on self, and that means trusting herself, trusting myself more than I've ever trusted myself before. And I think that can be scary when you're used to not trusting yourself. You're used to gathering evidence and intel from the world and help, self-help books and your parents and what the world thinks you should do and timelines and biology and this and that and, well, we've been dating for 6 years and I guess it's about that time and usually people do this and maybe this isn't the most reliable and really, what's your backup plan? All of these freaking voices. Instead of letting things flow, but letting the trust in yourself be the guiding point of how you live each day. That is a nuanced perspective and way of living that a lot of people do not live by. And also recognizing all of the parts of you that perhaps you need to release. The vices that have maybe hurt some people in the past, including yourself, hurt some dynamics, some friendships, some potential opportunities. Accepting that those existed and that part of you existed. And then letting it go. And being incredibly grateful that I am alive and able to be here in this hotel room in Kingsport, Tennessee, talking about this. Healthy, fed, safe. Safe enough to talk about topics like this when there are lots of people in the world who are not right now. That is something I'm incredibly, incredibly grateful for, and that I don't know how to help fix for the other people in the world who do not have the same freedoms that I do right now. Yeah. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed this super light and refreshing and fun and exciting episode. I don't know if being transparent was more helpful for me or for you, but hopefully, porque lo nos dos. Wait, did I say that right? It's late. My brain is starting to scramble words. Anywho, I just hope that this is an encouragement to maybe reflect on the parts of yourself that you're not necessarily the most proud of, but recognize that there's power in recognizing them and facing them a little, acknowledging that they happened, forgiving them, forgiving yourself, whatever, and then putting them down, letting them exist in the past, and then trying to then move from them. You don't need to let your hiccups, your shadows, your disgraces, your guilts, your mistakes, those don't need to exist forever. They can exist as examples and as lessons, but they don't need to exist in the current, present moment of who you are right now. And if you keep trying to bring that baggage with you from 10 years ago, how the heck are you supposed to move forward in the next 10 years and be a different and better person if you're still carrying all that stuff? Also for your partners that you're dating. It's not your job to, help me get rid of all the baggage, but man, it's definitely more helpful if there's less of it to unpack with me. And that was probably part of the issue with this last interaction that I had. I felt like I was a lot. But you know what? Maybe for the right person, I just won't be a lot regardless of what's going on, because I don't know. Yeah, I don't necessarily think that I'm a lot, but maybe I just haven't met people who are enough. Maybe that's the real issue there. Shift in perspective. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. It's been a lot of yapping. It's a big old hotel room yap. It's a long one. If you made it to the end, thank you for sticking with me. I'm clearly working through some things on kind of a bigger level right now, and hopefully it was, refreshing, helpful, whatever. I'm going to wash this makeup off my face, drink some water, and then hopefully sleep. And I will see you guys next time for our next episode of Hotel Room Yap. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.